Hey YouTube, Ken Johnson here. Today I just thought I'd do a kind of an update of what's been going on, get you ready for the fall season, tell you, show you some things. For everybody that might be concerned, we had no issues with Hurricane Ian. We were not in the path of Hurricane Ian, so that's a good thing. Basically, the wife and I have been working on getting some flowers stuff done around the house, and I've been working on Halloween decorations. So in this video, we'll go ahead and show you some of that and break away from the normal Monday, Tuesday posts of me cooking stuff and just kind of show you some of my daily life. So stick around. Well, this right here is a good example of how things have been going for me. I'll show a YouTube short also of something that happened at the store I thought was funny. I'll throw that in with this as well. But one of the things is this is supposed to be a brand new 4K camera so that I won't have crappy videos anymore. The content I can't do anything about because I provide the content, so yeah, I guess I'm not that talented. But anyway, this camera is supposed to have fixed at least the video quality issues. Problem is it has no video camera in it, so yeah, I'm sending it back. So all I got here is the handheld bracket instruction manual, the microphone, the little thing that goes over the lens, the actual bracket, a case that's empty, a remote control, a hex key, camcorder instruction manual, and one battery. That's it. Nothing else came into, and of course the box that came in, which is supposed to be a 4K camera. But that's all I got. So Nestle Quick strawberry artificial flavor, says no artificials. That's the way my day's been going. Alright, so this right here is one of my ghosts. Kind of looking down because it's going to be hanging from a tree. What I did is I took a shovel here and just stuck it in the ground, and then I took some you can see a pool noodle here, got a pool noodle, and used that kind of like mimic arms. You can see one of the balloons that popped right here. Then I took some rope and tied it, and then I covered this in glow-in-the-dark paint, and then I painted face with some more red glow-in-the-dark paint. I always find it funny people have a problem with red eyes as much as people smoke pot in America. But anyway, so this will all be under a black light. This is just a form, so I'll take this off and it'll be an apparition. Let me show you some others of this. Right here is one where the balloon that pops, so you can actually see through the head, so you can get an idea of how it's going to look. I may actually get a foam head because I got to hang it from a tree. I'm trying to figure out what the best way to do this is going to be. But it's kind of stiff after you put the fabric or the glue on it, and is actually Mod Podge, not glue. Mod Podge and glow-in-the-dark paint. I got some stuff that was, the paint dripped, so I just kind of did some streaks. I'm calling this my murder ghost. It really has a cool effect when you do glow in the dark. I'll have to show that to you. I'll do a snippet from a short that I did, and I'll show you what it looks like with a glow in the dark. This right here, this is nothing more than tomato cages, or actually a tomato cage, and then I had a pot I got from the Dollar General, or no, Family Dollar. Sorry, not Dollar General, Family Dollar, and then put a balloon on it, and then took some plastic wrap and wrapped it up. And that is the ghost here. I think it actually does a pretty effective ghost. I probably should have done that with the rest of them, but I thought the other ones kind of looked fun too. These have not been the cheapest. I would recommend maybe getting some foam balls. See one of my dogs there. There's one of my other dogs. Got 3 of them. What I may do next time if I do this again, but we should be getting rid of the trees soon, so I won't have anything to hang ghosts from. But if I were to do this again, I would take chicken fence, so chicken wire, and put it over a foam or over a form like this, like a foam head and this right here, and then cut it to make it look like cloth. Maybe powder coat it or spray coat it with that white foam paint, and then spray paint it with the glow-in-the-dark spray paint. The problem is glow-in-the-dark spray paint itself is about 2 to 3 times the price of regular spray paint. I did do all these with a clear coat of paint. So they do have a clear coat of spray paint on top of them, just so that the weather doesn't affect it. It's been dry, but I know we're going to have a rainstorm soon. We've got to have a rainstorm. But that's my ghosts, and then I'll show you the rest. This is a black light that I've got on there so you can see how it looks. Pretty neat. Here's one I'm referring to as the murder ghost. It has a bunch of different red things. You can see the red marks there. And then here's another. So these will be taken off the forms and then hung up in a tree and have a black light. This is the mailbox area that I had planted with some flowers beforehand. That has been redone now. I've got some tulips in here. I've got some I can't remember the name of now, but it's another bulb plant that not narcissus, buttercups, daffodils. Anyway, this right here is a purple pepper. Everything about it is purple. I've tried them. They suck, but it's so pretty that I figured I'd plant it. This right here is a piece of fish pepper that I broke off. It's variegated. Everything about it is variegated. It came from George Washington's era. It was almost extinct and brought back from the brink of extinction, which I thought was so cool. And then I've got some type of purple flower here that came from the nursery. It's not doing too well right now, but it'll get better. And then I've got some Indian gladiolas right there coming up. Looks like grass, and they'll come up and be orange. That came from my granddaddy. So that plant right there is over 150 years old. Again, the Lycus Sun. This was a yellow knockout rose that I bought for my wife. We didn't have any place to plant it, and cause all the freaking trees around here, I've got to sell my other house in order to get the money freed up so that I can get rid of all these trees. But it died, so I guess I'll be buying another rose bush. What we'll do is we'll end up yanking up these bushes, the azalea bush, do some fence work. These are some plants I'll have to plant too. They're doing good. They're living in the bucket. They're doing great. Which you have to have a strong constitution to live around here. So Tosha and I this weekend, she got some edgers, and we put that out there, and then we took newspaper, laid it across here, filled it, and then we got lycosis. Lycosis is also called spider lily, also called surprise lily. So we have got red lycoris, yellow, and pink all in here. And so when they come up, they'll have all those wonderful flowers, and then they reproduce as well. Then we, you can see right here, here's some of that Indian gladiola that I was talking about. We planted some of the Indian gladiola in here. So I've got my granddad's plants in there. This right here, same thing that's in that bucket. This came from Tosha's Uncle Tony. He passed away from COVID. And he was a barber in this area. Well known. All the politicians and everybody knew him. And he always joked, he said that he and I had the same type of luck, which was always bad. But he gave me some of this spider lily. This is a different type of spider lily than the lycoris. This is a very big lily, and when it comes up, it has big giant white flowers that are almost spider-like. Very gorgeous flower. And so that is our centerpiece plant. Then we went to the nursery. I ticked off the lady at the nursery. This is plumbago, and plumbago is a perennial because I'm trying to put all perennials in here. I do not want to have to replant anything. So this plumbago, reason why I ticked off the nursery lady, had 2 plumbago plants in 1 container. I told my wife, I said, let's get the 1 container because I can split them, we'll have 2. And she did not like that very much. I'm like, well, are you wanting to sell me the plumbago or not? So over here, what we did, we filled this up same way as we did the other, laid out some newspaper, filled it with pot and soil, and then at the nurse we've got 2 different dwarf hydrangeas. Tosha is wanting to do hydrangeas. One of these, I don't know which one, is not pH sensitive. So if you don't know anything about hydrangeas, your normal hydrangeas are pH sensitive. That means that you will get different colors based off of whether or not soil is acidic or not. So one of these is not, so I think it turns red, which is really cool. So instead of the purple or pink that you normally get, or the white, it'll be red. And no one is another color, I forgot what it is, like yellow and wine or something like that. And so we'll have these, and then she got some, or actually, yeah, she got some cuttings from her aunt and uncle, and so those are traditional, and we'll plant them out here somewhere once we get all the trees cut, and then I will change the pH of the soil to make it the color she wants. And this right here is a hanging planter. We got 2 of them, and so what this is nothing more than wandering Jew. I've got 2 different types. So this is a variegated wandering Jew. I've actually joked around, said this is a wandering Christian. I've Christianized it. Yeah, I converted it. So this is now a wandering Christian. And this is what a lot of people know as the wandering Jew here. So basically I've found in the world that there's 2 types of people. One that see this as wandering Jew, and one that sees this as wandering Jew. And you can tell these plants have nothing in common, yet they share the same name. And so that's interesting about horticulture, and the culture of horticulturalists is that they have all these weird little names, but this, what I call wandering Christian here, the variegated one, it has the purple on the underside and then the variegated, no flowers. The other, which is what a lot of people recognize as wandering Jew, you can't see it now because that's all gone, but it'll have pink flowers in it. So this one actually has pink flowers, and then anywhere these little nodules touch ground, you've got roots. Same way here, anywhere. You can see the roots on this right here, right there, right there. So if you put them right there, you can see the roots where my thumb is. So if these hit the ground, you got roots. So they're highly, 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 highly invasive once you get them established. But in a planter, they're absolutely gorgeous. And they don't really require a lot of sun, which is wonderful here. So anyway, this is an update. I thought you'd like that, and I'm hoping everybody has a wonderful fall and a happy Halloween, and I will see you next time. Bye.